Hey peeps, hey peepettes.
Hey guys, it's video diary time.
It is indeed.
Our second attempt at our video diary.
Yes, we tried it earlier. However, I was trying to be fancy. I was trying to do it against a green screen and then put some really cool stuff in there. Well, the sound went out like a couple of minutes into it. I could do the green screen part.
Yeah.
But it was
the
actually,
audio.
yeah, so the audio was, yeah.
So, interesting week.
Oh, yeah, actually a lot of stuff's happened this week. What's happened this week? Well,
Let's start with the boat show.
oh, let's start with the boat show, yes.
So, Zach and I, Tom, Clay,
Charlie.
and
And
Charlie's friend, or whatever you want to call it, decided we were all going to go to the boat show on Saturday. And we're all sitting around having a good time, and everyone's joking around with everybody, and, you know, all that good stuff. Well, don't knock that down. Well, we sit down to eat lunch at me and Zach, and Charlie and them come over and they sit with us, and Charlie looks at Zach and goes, well, you have my permission to go stay on the yacht tonight if you want. And Zach's like, well, Charlie, why are you giving me permission to go stay on my own boat?
I looked at him and said, did you just give me permission to stay on my own boat? Yeah, obviously if there was like other interaction within before Charlie said that, we were all sitting around goofing, but then Charlie gets all pissed off. He was like, I'm sick of being treated this way, blah, 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 throwing this big stink. And he tries to throw he's like, you can keep your damn boat. And he's trying to throw this key back at us. And he couldn't get off the key.
Of course we can keep our damn boat, it's our boat.
Yeah, exactly.
So he tries taking the key up the keychain to throw at Zach, and it takes him like 5 minutes, and he still couldn't get it off.
So he just storms off. This poor guy who's with him, who has just moved down from Boston to like live with him, is just looking, going, "Oh my God, what just happened?" Yeah. So so then we're like, okay. So Charlie storms off, and then he expects this Joe guy to go running after him, but he doesn't.
And Joe didn't.
No.
Joe hung out with Clay and I.
Which further enraged Charlie, because Charlie thought, we found out later that the reason Charlie was blowing a gasket at that point was because he thought that Tom and Russ were taking Joe away from him. And we were just hanging out and all having a good time together, and I guess Charlie was feeling he wasn't getting the attention he wanted.
Yep, that's Charlie for you.
So
Anyway.
So then he comes storming back in. We're walking around, and he tracks us down and just grabs this Joe guy and drags him off to one side. He's talking to him and yelling at him. Basically, he says, if you don't come now, your stuff will be on the street. And blah,
I would have
blah.
told him to put my shit on the street.
So, you don't do that if you've... That wasn't very nice.
He's on my shit list to high hell, and I shouldn't have said that, but...
No.
He's really pissed me off.
Okay,
he took up half of my damn night, being stupid that day.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened then is, obviously Joe goes with him. Yeah. And we're like, well, Charlie, we need our key back. Charlie does some stupid things when he's all pissed off. And then he's like, well, no, you're not getting it. I'm like, yeah. So then, of course, Jonathan wades in, and it becomes a war, which Charlie's stupid because he brings this all to a whole nother level. And it's like, okay, it's one that you're not going to win. If we want our key back, we want our key back. So anyway, he wasn't giving it to us, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. Anyway, it continued on with multiple phone calls back and forward. Ended up back at Tom's house. Then Jonathan and Tom were going to go up and get the key from up at Charlie's place, which is where the boat is. I couldn't go because I had chat.
Well, not literally at Charlie's place.
No.
In the same town.
Yeah, but just around the corner. Then Charlie was going to come down and bring it to us, but then he wasn't going to give us the engine key, which is stupid. It's like, hello. So I talked to Charlie a couple of times. I'm being rational. I'm like, look, Charlie, why don't you? It's stupid. You're basically threatening all sorts of stuff. If you still have a key, if anything happens to that boat, be you or anybody else, who do you think is going to be the first person we're all pointing fingers at? So he still wouldn't give it. So anyway, Jonathan asked, well, what do I do? I said, well, if he won't give it to us, call the police. If he's not, it's our key, we need it back, and he's not, of course, it's weird because it got twisted and in chat, like, the other day, people were saying, well, Jonathan called the police and reported it stolen, that Charlie stole the boat. No, we never did.
We didn't.
No, we simply wanted the police there.
People twist shit around.
When Charlie was there to make sure we got our key back. Anyway, we eventually got the key back.
Yeah, after like 5 hours later.
Yeah, and
he took up all my time because he decided to be a childish little kid, knowing that I had stuff that I needed to get home and get done. So I'm waiting around and waiting around and waiting around.
His plan anyway, but so anyway, be all end all, we got our key back, and Charlie.
So Zach will be like, damned if he gets another key to that boat.
Yeah.
See, but all I have to say is,
well, Charlie did help. Hold on, I'm balancing this. Charlie did help out the boat.
Charlie's been a lot of help. Great.
However,
and I'm appreciative of that. However, Charlie owes us how much money, Zach?
Yeah, he does. It was his idea to go and put it at that marina, which was more expensive than I wanted to pay. And Charlie was, well, I will pay $100 a month towards it, which brought it down to what I was looking at paying. I'm like, okay, well, he hadn't, and it was the longest time. Now, I know he'd lost it, ended up losing his job, but he got another one, and I was patient. Yeah, and it's like, well, he's telling us when he goes out and he's buying this and he's buying that. I'm thinking, well, what about your obligation to us? And he kind of did the same to Marshall.
The thing that really pissed me off the most, on Saturday, he went out and cashed his income tax check.
No, he didn't. He couldn't get his income tax check, honey.
That's not what I was told.
Okay, he said no, he said he couldn't get it. He was wanting to, but they won't give it to him because there's some change in the tax rule that hasn't been totally decided yet, so they can't go ahead because they don't know exactly what it's going to be. So anyway, that's that. Friendship with Charlie. I think eventually I'll still be friends.
I think I'll be friends with Charlie, but I'll be very wary about letting him, going on a deal with him again like that.
Yeah. I mean, he did help. He did get stuff organized, like the paint at the bottom and stuff like that.
Oh, he did. And I told him I was very
But that was part of the
that.
deal. The part of the deal was he would get to use it, but he had to pitch in and help with a lot of the maintenance stuff. Yeah, that was the whole idea as well, putting it out there. Apart from it was had access to the ocean. So
I'll remain friends with Charlie, but right now he's on my shit list big time.
yeah, I mean it's silly because that whole thing
would never even happen if he would have just gave me the damn key.
Well, it would have never happened if he hadn't started blowing up over something stupid that he said. And getting pissed off, which I think is the underlying thing, because he thinks that some guy he's brought from Boston, we're taking away because he brings him into our group and we're being friendly. Nobody was groping him or dragging this guy to the bathroom for a blowjob or anything like that. We're going walking on a boat show all that together, looking at freaking boats. We hadn't met the guy before today.
Before Saturday.
Yeah, before Saturday. No, true. So that was our little drama on Saturday, and of course it was all caught on the.
Oh my God! And hi hell, Charlie called me every damn bad name in the book.
Yeah.
Then as he's pulling away after the cops leave, he looks at me. He goes, "You little faggot, this isn't over." I'm like, "Why are you calling me a faggot? So are you."
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What else? Joe and Brandon, well, that was this week. Actually, Joe and Brandon came up on yesterday. To see us and say hi, which is really cool. I always like seeing them. But I was busy. Mondays are hell for me.
Yeah,
so I'm running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Which sucks because, people kind of come over and they pop up and then I think they get upset that I'm not paying them the attention or sitting down. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I'm running around doing so much shit. Especially Mondays, but I just can't get it all done. So, I don't know. What else happened? What else happened? I can't remember.
Our 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, there you go, little hint there.
Zach and I went out to Cheesecake Factory.
We did.
And Zach made me a cute little collage of pictures from the last 6 years and put it on my desktop.
Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't afford to get him anything, but I made it. I made something.
I thought that was last week.
No. Well, it was last week, but we're talking about last week.
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we did our anniversary. That was fun. 6 long ass years.
Oh, yes, yes. He changed. It was really fun looking at like collage and stuff. Just look at some of the early pictures of you. You look so innocent. Now look at you.
I am.
You're getting beaten down.
Yeah, it's fun to look at them pictures. Zach was nice in them days.
I was. Now look at me.
Turned into a royal bitch.
You don't like when I call you a bitch. You just call me a bitch. What's with
See,
that?
but there's a difference.
Is there? How?
You've been being one, I haven't.
There's a difference. Yeah, he called me it. I didn't call
You've
him.
been
That's
being one and I haven't been.
Huh?
I said even when I'm not being one, you call me one, but when you're being one, I'm gonna. He's been a bitch lately. It's like something crawled up his ass and died, literally. I don't know, what else?
Let's see.
Gosh, I can't even think.
You got on this thing about the horses this week, didn't you?
I did. There were some horses that were taken, 26 horses that were neglected into land, Florida, and they basically came in and seized the horses from this guy's farm because he hasn't fed them, and they were standing in their stalls, which had 3 feet of shit in each stall. And the horses, they said, they don't look like they've been fed in like months.
Yeah, there's actually there was video on the site, wasn't there?
Yeah.
On what site was it you were looking at?
OrlandoSentinel.com.
Right.
And they seized these horses, and now they're trying to find people to take them, and the state's going to help basically pay for them. You just basically feed them and all that.
So Jonathan was basically trying to get those horses. However,
Not all 25. No.
he just wanted 10.
But however, I have to wait until I hear anything back from the 25th because that's when they go to court. The guy is trying to get his horses back.
Yeah, apparently the guy can't afford the food and stuff, which is why they haven't been fed. Why the hell would you even want them back?
Well, if you can't afford them, why would you have 25 of them?
Well, maybe at one point he could afford them. Yeah. But why would you...
Why would you want them back if you financially can't afford them?
Exactly. Yeah, if you can't afford them, why are you trying to get them back? What are you going to do? You're in the same predicament. So are the horses, let them go to good homes.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's about it. Puppies are good. Oh yeah, talking about puppies. Puppy and Tom are bonded at the hip. It's kind of fun to watch.
Tom's a sweetheart.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I actually have told Tom. Tom's an older guy.
He's older than you.
I know. So he's an older guy, which is interesting. Yeah, but it's good because I can actually talk to him. He can hold an intelligent conversation. I'm not saying younger guys can't, but there's certain things that
They can talk about the 40s together.
Bitch.
Ow! That hurt my neck.
Oh yeah, sorry. Ooh, ow. Oh yeah. Ooh, ow. Sorry. Talk about your neck. How is it? Ow!
Shit, different day.
But that's nearly over. Yeah, therapy.
Nearly over. 3 doctors have came back and said it's permanent damage now.
Yeah, so. That's doctors, don't you?
Actually 4.
Oh.
My chiropractic doctor, my physical therapist doctor, my neurologist doctor, and my orthopedic doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I have 2 more treatments of rehab, which is this tomorrow and then the following Wednesday, and then I'm completely done with physical therapy and adjustments and all that good stuff. So then the next step is we wait on my attorney.
Yes. Once we see what happens with that.
I don't bitch about it that much anymore. I've kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah. Well, that's it when it's permanent, you know, there ain't much you can do about it, so bitching isn't going to change it.
Yep. So now I live with it.
Yeah.
You deal with it.
We do.
So looking forward to it to be done though.
The physical therapy?
Because it takes 3.5 hours out of my day.
Yeah.
And I used to go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'd be gone for 3.5 hours each time I went.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So.
Okay, that's about it, guys. We're out of here. Oh, don't forget to check the podcast. I am so sorry that I've been lax on those. We've implemented some new stuff around here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Today. So we are going to be on top of those podcasts and on top of a lot of other stuff. I know there's some stuff which has been lacking on the site, and we're sorry about that. But we do try, and it's not like we're sitting around all day. We are working.
Some people think I do.
Oh, he got an email from a member.
A member that I don't really give a shit what I was to say. He doesn't like me. He never has.
Oh, well. Anyway, he got an email. So, actually, you prompted some action. So, yeah. Watch out. Podcast was done. Like
Yes, 7.
Like 7:30 this morning?
Yeah.
7:30 a.m. Me and Jonathan were there doing the podcast. And do some other updates. We got lots of good stuff. I know you guys have been... We put the vote out about the audio chats, and overwhelmingly, people voted for it. I know the few people that are bitching about it, Storm, are usually the ones that aren't like sitting focused in chat, just have it off to the side and they like to follow the text chat. I'm sorry guys, I gotta go with the majority. If the majority of people like it, the ones that are sitting there watching and make time for it, I can't ignore them over the few that, just like that, and the few that like it are the ones that aren't paying full attention during chat.
I like audio chat a lot better. I think it gives us more interaction with the members.
Exactly, and I think we're more animated. To get an idea, just turn off the chat and just watch the just the video and stuff, and you see when we're typing, it becomes suddenly very, very boring. A lot of people want something
we've done a lot with this new audio chat. We've got, I've done a bubble bath. There's been hot tub chat. There's been patio chat. There's been bedroom chat.
Yeah, I might do hot tub chat tonight. I haven't been in my hot tub for ages.
So it's like it opens up a big door.
It does, and don't forget. I mean, we're also we're building a lot of the background stuff. So there's no reason why we couldn't actually do chats from outside of the house.
Zach can do a workout chat while him and Rich work out.
Oh my God, we could.
He could work out and talk to you guys. And
oh my God, you could see me pounding on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing. It'll make everyone out there feel guilty or laugh at me. So it's opening up, and Marshall said he likes it.
I like it. I really like it.
Yeah. So I know sometimes I run out of things to say.
And I think it's fun because you guys don't get to hear us. I mean, when we laugh, you guys don't get to really see it, the expressions and everything. And I think with the audio chat, when you guys make us laugh, it's, it's more.
I'm working on cutting down the lag time between when we see stuff and when you get the video back on it. I'm working on that. Trust me. But some things take time, and some things we just don't have the money to implement. So we're trying to do stuff slowly. And trying to get stuff updated.
Work with us.
Yeah, work with us. Please work with us. But also, seriously, if you have a suggestion or there's something that you feel is lacking, let me know. I'm not mentioning the member's name, but the email yesterday did bring up like a lot of good points. So has caused me to look and say, okay, well, yeah, you're right.
I agree.
We need to do this. So when you're sitting there thinking, oh, Zach doesn't care, or Zach doesn't, I do listen to emails.
Okay.
There may be hang on, let me finish.
Okay.
There may be a reason that we don't implement something that you suggest, or we can't, but don't think that falls on deaf ears. After all, I want to make the site the best as possible, and that is making it fun and exciting for you guys to come and watch and be part of. So I'm always looking for new stuff and new ideas, or revisit stuff that might have got old. But I can't be everywhere all the time, so if I don't get feedback from you, or when I put out those emails like about little questionnaires or stuff, please fill them out. I mean, it's like voting. Don't not vote in the US and then complain about the president that you get. Yeah, if you don't, and you don't think that, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm only one person. No, I mean, I need feedback on the majority, and I will go with what the majority wants, because that's what makes a site.
Can we talk about that email?
Yeah, just don't mention my name.
I won't. So, the reason I said I don't really care what this member has to say is because I do think that there's a certain line that needs, that was drawn in this email. Going and telling Zach and I, hey, I don't like audio chat, which is fine. That's your prerogative. But, and then, telling us stuff about the site and everything like that, that's great. You can give us emails like that, but don't send us an email and then start slamming us in it.
Slam us. Slam us. Slam me. If you want to slam me, slam me. I don't care.
Like in this,
my thing is, if somebody wants to slam me, go ahead, slam me, because I want everybody's opinion, good and bad. I don't care. If you think I'm a lazy asshole that sits around all day, tell me that. You might be right. But it also makes me look and go, okay, well, can I justify what I'm doing? See, that was it. See, I always have this thing.
Okay,
my mom always used to, never could justify anything when I attacked her or said something to her. It was always because I said so, or this is the way we do it. So I've always had the philosophy, if you think I'm doing something wrong, tell me. And I will either tell you, yeah, you're right, or no, you're not, and this is why. Okay. We may agree to disagree, but I don't want everyone just being
okay, I agree, and to some aspect, but don't sit there and take into your own mind that, okay, for example, in this email, that maybe I should spend more time working on CBL than I do with my horses. Basically, with my hobbies, which obviously are my horses.
Yeah.
I don't spend any time with my fucking horses. The time that I spend with my horses, I go out there in the morning, I feed these horses, and I turn them out into the pasture, and I come home. The same at night. I go out, feed them, bring them in from the pasture, put them in their stall, and that's it. I don't spend any time with my horses. So if you want to sit there and ridicule and criticize me, you need to get your facts straight.
I think that what the guy was talking about.
And saying that I don't work on CBL because I'm all bent up because I live here. The hell if I don't work on CBL. I do a lot of shit on this damn site.
But
again, I roll out of bed at 10 o'clock.
There you go. I think
maybe I shouldn't spend so much time in bed. I don't spend a lot of time in bed.
You do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You even told me that I don't.
Okay, hold on. No, honey, you used to go to bed around 11 to 12, right? But then you get up
and if you say I get up at 10 o'clock, you're going to piss me the hell off, because I do not. Because you know that my appointment's at 11 o'clock every damn time, and then I have to go out at least 2 hours early to feed the damn horses.
Babe, usually I know I feed the fish at 9. And it's always way after 9. It's at least 9:30 or so before
don't even go there.
You get up.
No, it's not. There is no way that I could get up at 9:30, make it to the farm by 9:45, and be back by 10:15.
You go one time a week to your therapy, dear.
Twice, dear.
Okay, then all the other days you Don't
Whatever.
get upset because
Well-
we're pointing it out. It is definitely after 9. It is definitely
Okay,
after
well
9.
9 is a big difference than 10, isn't it? I don't care. Like I said, he's never liked me, so really,
So, okay,
me, I don't care.
Okay, but you'll start getting up at 7 with me, right?
Yeah.
So that gives you basically 3 extra hours right there before you can do anything else.
And yeah, I would love to spend time with my horses, but Mr. Zach over here rides my ass if I'm out there.
Okay, that is because
God forbid.
you're taking care of
My
more
horses
than everybody else's horses.
My horses are the dirtiest looking horses out there because they haven't been bathed, because I can't have time with them. They haven't been brushed.
Okay, because you're feeding and doing everything for everybody else's horses on that farm, which is why it takes you forever out there. Yeah. Anyway, that's changed. So hopefully you'll be more coordinating so everyone pitches in equally. It's not Jonathan feeding all the horses all the time. Yeah. So. Okay, that's it. Gasparilla's coming up. But Jonathan might not be going.
Another event I won't be going to.
That is because you can't find anyone to take care of the dogs.
But you don't ever see him offer to stay home to take care of the dog.
That is because you couldn't handle the technical side of it.
I know.
So don't.
I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah.
But if I can't find
Yeah.
anyone
Watch
to
out
look after
because
the dogs,
I
I'll be
will
staying
send your
home.
ass and make you handle that technical stuff. And then you'll be calling my ass every
Oh no, you wouldn't, because you'd be on the phone ringing me a new ass every 2 minutes for doing something wrong.
Probably.
Yeah, you're going.
Probably would. Yeah. If the cameras were.
Which is fine, because if I don't go to Gasparilla, I already have people that'll come over and hang out and we'll socialize, and whoever doesn't want to watch Gasparilla can watch us drink.
Yeah. And you've got to watch him drink because he's bringing women over.
Yeah,
You know Jonathan, titties and women.
so you can see boobies.
Yes, boobies. And Jonathan's face between them.
No. Maybe.
Maybe.
Depending how drunk I am.
Yeah. Have you noticed, like, gay people can really get away with that a straight guy would never be allowed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, what straight guy gets to shove their face between a woman's boobies or, like, the first time they meet?
Go boom. Motorboat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It gets slapped. Or some of the comments you make to women, if it was a straight guy, it'd be like, sexual harassment.
Oh yeah, like gay men can look at a girl and be like, damn, if I was straight, I'd fuck the hell out of you. And she'd be like,
Yeah.
if it was a straight guy, you'd see a hand go across his face.
Oh, yeah. Here's the advantages of being gay. Okay, this diary has gone on way too long.
Yeah.
So, we need to go get our stuff done so that we can make the site better for you.
Bye guys.
Bye-bye.